Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Alex, and welcome to the Rodeo. We're back at it again. I have a very special guest in the building, the one, the only, Sperry Springer. Sperry. How you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing great, bro. Shit, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm glad we finally linked up.
Finally, bro. Shit, it's a pleasure for me to have you. You're like a young goat out here for sure.
Man,
all
bro.
The classic interviews.
I definitely ain't gonna turn it down anytime somebody says it, but every time people say stuff like that,
Yeah.
I'm starting to believe it, man. No, for real.
For sure. This is the first time you're here, so I kind of want to let the people know a little bit about you, and then we'll get into what you've done and what you got moving forward.
For sure.
Where are you from, Sperry?
Originally born in Chicago. I moved around a lot. I grew up, like, first place I really got to stay put after, like, moving from Chicago was, I stayed in southern Texas a little bit when I was a kid, when my mom was in the Air Force. I was, like, a little kid. But after she gets out the Air Force for a little bit, I ended up staying put in Kansas, like Kansas City, Kansas. Like, 'cause it's Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas. I was on the Kansas side. And then, by the end of high school, I moved out to North Texas and shit. So I kind of moved around a lot. All my parents was in the military. So,
oh, shit.
Yeah, like my mom was in the Air Force. My dad was in the Army. My stepdad was in the Navy. So,
did you ever think about joining?
Yeah, it was just too late. Once I was hard-headed. I did everything. I messed up my record, and by the time I was ready to join, shout out to the Navy. That was the only one that was finna let me in.
Yeah.
But it was still gonna be some loops to jump in there. But yeah, it was too late once I realized. But everything happens for a reason. Like, even then, I was only gonna do it for my daughter and for the sake of, like, making my family proud.
Yeah.
But that was never my way. Like, I salute and I appreciate my family for what they done did, and taking her out, especially my mom, because she never had to join the Air Force. She did that shit just for me. I just knew the type of person I am. Like, that wasn't my way.
That's dope. And yeah, shout outs to your family. They're the people that make this possible for us to be here in the U.S. Because shit, man.
Nah, for sure.
So what type of kid were you growing up?
Man, I was always to be honest with you, I always been like an ambitious, creative person. Like, kid, like when I was a kid, like I was always like, my first dream was like be a cartoonist, so I was always drawing.
Oh shit.
Like, nigga, drawing like my own comic books and shit. Like you asked my mom, like I was drawing like full blown cartoons at like 3-4 years old type shit. So I always been creative. But once sports came in my life, I was just like super sportsed out, and man, like sports kind of like took up most of my life and gave me like the discipline and foundation I needed in life. So kind of everything now is kind of centered around sports and shit. Like, even
what sports?
Football, basketball. I played every sport, but like my main shit was like football and basketball for a little bit. But yeah, niggas just look at everything like sports. That's why like I move with a team, and a lot of the metaphors and comparisons I use, it be in a sports aspect, because like all that shit, like, you a kid, you barely listening to your coach, but like you get older and all that shit makes sense type shit. That what they were saying about sacrificing and looking out for each other and stuff like that.
It's real life situations.
Yeah. But I wasn't a bad I wasn't a bad kid. I definitely was. I was outside for sure.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a bad kid.
Dope. So, you've been moving around a lot, want to be a cartoonist, then get into sports.
Yeah.
Then I actually bring a lot of artists here, but you're how would you classify yourself?
Man, I think a lot of people consider me a blogger. I don't really, but I'll take that title.
Take that.
But
YouTuber, you could say too. Or?
Yeah, YouTuber, interviewer. You know, I'm more like that's what I take more pride in. And then now I'm tackling being like a manager and shit. Hopefully, really being like a boss and CEO type shit. But we gonna start with the YouTuber and interviewer.
For sure. So when did you take that route? You were telling me off camera that you were an artist first, and then when did you take that route that, let me start interviewing?
All right, so I was always into music. So pretty much when I quit playing football, like after high school, like I just had so much time on my hand, like, so I used music as that replacement, because I always loved music. In my free time, I was always listening to music and shit. Yeah. And so I got into rapping. I'm out in college and shit, and I was up in Kansas, like in college, doing this shit. And I don't know, man. I just was rapping for a long time. Shit was working, you know what I'm saying? I definitely had my own thing going, had my own little success in my own eyes. It's just once I found out I was gonna be a dad, it kind of nigga, like the world just came crashing. Like it was all a blessing and good shit, but it kind of made me like feel like, okay, like life is over in a good way, like the life I've been living. So now I gotta switch it up a little bit. So I really just didn't even know I was finna stop rapping, but I slowly just transitioned into, always had cameras. I just started picking up my camera more often, and you know, go to a concert here and there and stuff like that. It turns into doing the interview shit, and once the interview shit popped off, kind of fell back with the music. And then, you know, down the road you just meet more people, you know what I'm saying? And I was blessed enough to meet, you know, a couple of guys that, you know, I still rock with to this day that are a team, and now I'm in the position I'm in. And it was like, damn, you know what, I was cool. Like, I enjoy music and I love music as a passion, but like my mission and purpose is actually to be this guy that I'm being right now.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, like you said, having a daughter is now just not about just Sperry Springer. It's the family, you know. Now I have to put food on the table. I have to make sure I know how to move, because I feel like whenever you don't have kids, you kind of a little bit more selfish with your shit, you know. You free. I could fuck up a little bit and I'll be straight, you know, I'll bounce back, but now it's just not about me.
Facts. Now, I mean, I tell all my friends that don't have children, I tell them live life, man. Like, go crazy, do whatever, because like you don't have that extra conscience, which is not a bad thing. Like,
no, kids are a blessing.
But like, I got, like, when I do shit, even when I go out of town, shit, I was just talking to him. I'm trying to get him to go out of town with this next month. He was like, shit, I would, but you know, he's thinking about his kids and his children's mom. And that's what I'm saying. Like, nigga, if I'm out of town, if I'm in California and something happens, nigga, I don't care. I gotta spend $700 to get on the first flight back to do whatever. That's the type of things that you be thinking about. But you know, overall, I'm just trying to take care of her going forward. So like with this Sperry Springer shit, something happens to me or something, man, shit, she can have this shit and figure out a way to, like, you know, do whatever with it.
Keep the empire going.
Yeah, we trying to build generational wealth, man. Shit that, you know, shout out to my mom. She did it for my family, for me as a person. But you know, we as minorities and people, we don't come from like generations of bread and shit like that. So we gotta turn up and make sure like our kids and our kids and all that shit is set type shit. So that's what we trying to do.
Exactly. And you know, I completely agree with that. So you know, setting the foundation for the future is the main thing. For somebody who has never seen your videos, how would you describe your style of interviews and videos?
Man, I guess it's really on the spot. It's real raw. I mean, from what it's been. To me, because I don't, you know, look at myself, and I'm sure some people, when they listen to my voice, they don't consider it. But if you really watch my interviews, my shit's probably more some like hood, like raw shit type shit. I mean, we could be at any type of setting. It could be on the spot after a concert or whatnot. But you know, just real raw talk, like the way you talk if niggas ran into each other at the corner store or at the gas station or at the barbershop or something. Like, I'm gonna ask you the questions that the niggas is talking about in the streets type shit. Like, and that kind of, I think a lot of the artists and people that I've interviewed, they enjoy that because it's transparent. It's like, okay, this is how people really feel, because I'm not just saying how I feel. I'm really speaking for, like, nigga, I really be outside, so people, I hear everything. So if I get the chance to talk to you about this, we got to talk about the elephant in the room type shit. But just real raw and you know, just rare hood shit. Yeah,
so you ask the questions that the fan would ask to their artists if they ever saw them.
Yeah, my whole channel is for the fans, bro. Like, all this shit is not for me, bro. If it was for me, I'd be interviewing the niggas I fuck with, man, like Wiz and Soulja Boy and stuff like that. Like, this is for Texas and this is for the people.
What really keeps you motivated? Because, you know, in the creative sense, in the creative lane, sometimes you picture something going one way, but you know, it could go another, and it diminishes you. How do you really stay motivated?
New challenges. That's the only way. Like, even right now, doing interviews, like me shooting interviews for people,
Yeah.
I'm grateful. But like it doesn't excite me like it once used to, because I done did it. I done did it all. The only thing that can excite me now is to interview legends and people that I grew up on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so it's just new challenges. That's why like I'll be so all in on like, say like my artists projects and things that they got going on, because it's like it excites me to see the progress and results that we can create type shit. That's what excites me and keeps me going and stuff like that. And I feel like getting further in that with that side of the game is what's gonna take my brand and the whole Sperry Springer shit to the next level, because the interview shit is established, man. Like niggas know, but like now it's time to like really be known and respected as like more like a boss, and like as a mogul. As a mogul and a brand and shit, like some Jay-Z type shit.
Exactly. So what would you say would be the you could say either your favorite artist you've ever interviewed, or the best interview? Because they might be two different things right there.
Off the rip, I can name that shit. It's gonna be it's Go Yayo and Drippy from TSF.
Oh man.
They're both like popular and common to the channel. It's just Yayo is Yayo, and for me as a Yayo fan before I was doing this shit to like now to see like my relationship really gradually built with him, like I'm not saying like bro hold me or nothing, but like at first like Yayo kind of, I didn't like, he wasn't just doing an interview with me off the rip when I first started. So to see where our relationship went, and it turned into like to the point where it's like shit, I can hit bro up, he gonna pick up, hey shit, nigga, let's get an interview in, or see him on the spot, let's do that. It's gold every time. I don't know, like my channel is pretty much like Go Yayo's like #1 like Go Yayo fan type shit, you know what I'm saying? And then with Drippy, he opened the door for me to like link in with Sauce Walker and TSF, and he's just like a character himself. Like he's very like outspoken and viral, so like anytime he pops on the channel, it's like he's just down to talk about whatever. Like we could talk about lean to cartoons to bait and designer, everything. Whatever, and people are just gonna watch it because they just know, I don't know, like they're just used to seeing them. But I say Go Yayo and Drippy are like my two go-tos.
Got you. With the beef that they had, TSF and Hood fame, did that affect your relationship with any of them?
No, it didn't affect my relationship. It's funny because I was just talking to Drippy today. Free Go Yayo too. But I was just talking to Drippy because we talk a lot. Like if I go to Houston, like I'm gonna stay with him type shit. Like that's like I really kick it with him type shit.
Damn.
But we was talking and he was just using it as an example. He's like, like bro, it's all business, Sperry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like say when I was, when you had your shit, when we had our shit going on, I never tripped on you, still fucking with Yayo. Like nigga, that go do your thing type shit. Just keep it real with me, like just always stay solid type shit. So it's like, nah, it didn't mess up no relationship wise, but did it make me take a step back? Hell yeah, because I just didn't want to get caught up in the middle, let alone like perpetuate that any further. I didn't see that beef as a good beef. I knew that there was no good ending to that. Like one, it's only gonna divide Fort Worth and Houston, let alone their fans,
Texas in general,
and then these are real individuals. Like give or not whatever people think about any of them, like these are real people, like that got real people behind them, so it could end ugly too. So I kind of just chilled back from it and let it play itself out, and hopefully one day, I hope one day that it's a magical reunion between Sauce and Go Yayo one day. But I
feel like it's not too deep, in the sense that I feel like there's sometimes the beefs, they be too deep that it's kind of like we're never gonna see eye to eye. But I feel like this is kind of like with time, give it time, and
it's more like
there's a lot of money to be made with them too.
Facts. It's more like niggas mad because of niggas fucking with other niggas that niggas really do have issues with.
Exactly.
So it's like it's not really between Sauce and Yayo. It's between them individuals and niggas connected type shit. But I hope that they do link back up, because bro, they're two of the biggest shit. They're two of my favorites in Texas, and you take them out the picture, Texas rap ain't what it is without either one of them.
Have you talked to Yayo since he's been in the?
Man, nah, I haven't. I mean, I talked to Ronnie, you know what I'm saying, a couple times. Get money, little Ronnie.
Yeah.
Shit. Hopefully, I won't reveal too much, but shit, you know, I'm gonna try to chop it over, bro, and just know that if I chop it over, bro, if you tune into the channel gonna see it.
Be there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Free Yayo.
For sure, free Yayo. He's major for the Dallas Fort Worth area, bro. You know.
Yeah, man. It was important for me to tap in with Yayo because, like, that. I mean, to be somebody out in Fort Worth and in Tarrant County doing this shit to get the biggest rapper, you know, that's like if I live in Chicago and I interview Chief Keef. It's like, you know, that's a stamp that lets you know, like, okay, this platform is for real. I got the biggest artists from here. Not only do I have them on here one time, I got them on here a plethora of times.
Exactly.
And my bro done gave me some of the best drops. My nigga done said, yo, mess with Sperry Springer, you gonna die. The nigga said, Sperry Springer, the hottest blogger in Texas. I King of Texas stamped that.
I stamped that.
That's hard, you know?
For sure. So how has 2021 been for you, Sperry, as, you know, your business manager, YouTuber, blogger? How's it all been for you?
Man, it started off, to be honest with you, for me, it started off slow. But that's because I done did it all. So, like, I'm over here doing the same shit and you're getting the same results. You know, you keep doing the same thing and it's going to get the same results. So, like, I was wondering why, like, yo, why isn't shit booming like the way it does? Because it's like I'm doing the same shit.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, like, summertime comes around. I'll always turn up in the summer. Like, a lot of people aren't going to notice until down the road when they keep looking back at the shit. Yeah. But every summer, I always drop, like, a bunch of classic-ass interviews. Like, I can name them. But, like, you know, with this summer, I have my interview shit lined up. But then also, like, my artists kind of started turning up with certain opportunities and shows. Like, you know, I got this one artist, Tim, and Corey. They had some show opportunities pop up, and niggas rocked the show so hard that it opened up the door for more opening opportunities.
Aren't you in Houston soon?
Yeah, we're going to Houston next Friday. We got this Saturday. We in Dallas. And we're going to.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to that.
Yeah, man. Pull up, man. It's lit. Like, and shit. You know, all these opportunities came from that one show. So all that shit kind of picked it up this summer for me, and it kind of sped everything up and made me, like, see things more clear. Like, oh, okay, I need to, you know, make a couple adjustments and shit like that, and tweak with a couple things. Once I tweaked with them couple things, everything been back booming. Even interviews to everything. It's just about not getting complacent. You know, I think I came into the year like not really knowing what I wanted to do. Like, COVID kind of fucked that up for everybody. Like, COVID threw off everybody's plans. So, like, last year what I did, like, I went hard last year, but it didn't feel like it because of COVID. So now once we kind of get out of it a little bit, you're kind of like move like slow motion type shit, because you're like, niggas been chilling this whole time, but it's like, nigga, get back to it. Matter of fact, actually go harder.
Exactly. And that was actually one of my questions. You know, what did you learn throughout 2020 and the pandemic? What did you learn about yourself?
Man, I learned value your family. I mean, I've always been a family person, but it made me really, like, peep, like, how much a nigga do be gone and moving around and stuff. And so it made me appreciate being around my family a little bit more. Because I ain't gonna lie, for the past couple years, I've been, you know, there's a point where I was out of town like every 2 weeks type shit. Just stuff
always
like
moving.
Yeah, man. And then, you know, on the daily, nigga be, you know, running the streets doing videos and all this shit all day. Like, I don't be coming home till like 4 a.m. type shit. So you know, I missed some valuable time. So it made me, like, look at that shit differently. Let alone time to yourself only, like, lets you, you know, really, like, mastermind some shit. So, you know, I definitely was thinking about a lot of shit and
reflecting on everything.
Yeah, only thing is, like, once I kind of, like, jumped into putting some of the shit that I was thinking about, like, I kind of started trying to do it. Yeah. And it was like, I'm doing shit as I'm thinking about it. Like, I got to think about that shit, plan it out first, and then do it. Not just, all right, yeah, that shit sounds good, let's just start. You know, you got to really fully.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, because with anything, like, sometimes whenever you start rushing shit, it doesn't come out how you want it, or you don't execute it like you want to. You know, if you just go, you know, balls to the wall with some shit, like, it's just like, you kind of just put yourself in a tough situation.
Yeah.
And then instead of planning it, you know exactly, all right, I'm going to do this, then that. And then next thing you know, you're where you want to be. So
yeah,
that's for sure. What would you say was the biggest obstacle that you faced building your brand and your media empire that you have?
Man, the same shit anybody has when they're chasing their dreams. It's your own second guessing insecurities and just thinking that you don't have enough when it's like really all you need is what you got. And for me, it was like, man, bro, like it seemed like climbing a mountain at first, because it was like I didn't even have my own camera at the time.
Oh shit.
I got this whole random ass shit, Sperry Springer, and like who the fuck is this? And then I'm reaching out to all these rappers, and it's like nobody's reaching back to me and shit like that. So
shit, I feel that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This shit, all trials and tribulations that everybody goes through. So like at first, like, yeah, I'm discouraged and shit, but like once them first couple opportunities like came around, I just turned up, because that's all I ever needed was opportunity. I don't need nothing else but an opportunity. That's all you need with anything. Now if you got the tools and shit like a camera and all that shit, it makes it even easier. But like, yo, a nigga gave me a chance to do an interview, all right, bet, I'm gonna hit up my homie, hey bro, can I borrow your camera? Hey bro, can you give me a ride? Whatever I needed, just get me there, and I'll make sure this shit is worth it. So I mean, it was just about realizing that it was all about getting the opportunity and executing, because a lot of people get their chances and then they don't execute, and then niggas be wanting another chance, and it's like you only might get one fucking chance, so you got to make the most out that one fucking chance, bro.
Exactly.
I done been there. Yeah,
that's so true. Honestly, like you said, whether it be from trying to get people to come up or like getting that chance and fucking it up, So that's so true. What would you say was the biggest accomplishment that you have up to date that you're just like, damn, I can't believe I fucking did this shit, bro? Like,
man, wow.
that you look back and you're like, fuck.
Man, I want to give it up to something more acknowledging, but like, to be honest with you, talking to Soulja Boy, FaceTime with Soulja Boy through
Soulja.
Yeah, that was big. Shout out to Yayo. He made that happen. Yeah. I didn't expect that shit. So to be able to like talk to him, that kind of like, especially at the time it did happen, it was at one of them times where you're like, man, why am I doing this shit? Like,
shit.
Like, you doing it. Like, I'm doing this. I'm Sperry. Niggas is fucking with my shit. But in my mind, I'm like, who cares? Like, what is this really getting me? Type shit.
Yeah. And
to be able to talk to like one of my favorite rappers, somebody I grew up on, and I never been like a nigga that like flip flopped on. I was always the nigga that was trying to ride for Soulja Boy when niggas was hating. So to talk to him and him really be on his shit, big Draco, nigga, shout out Sperry Springer. I was like, damn. That shit just reassured me, let me know, okay,
you're on the right path.
Yeah, I'm gonna meet him in person soon, because this is just the FaceTime. Like, nigga, we gonna meet in person one day and do the same shit.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And he'll probably say, I was the first one linking up with Sperry, like that. Man, shit.
Nah, for real. I would love it. Nah, he FaceTimed me too. Yayo and him FaceTimed me one time. It was like an Instagram video call. Yayo was in LA with him, and they FaceTimed me. They was sitting at like a piano smoking blunts and shit. And
oh man.
He asked me to send him this video clip to some like Soulja Boy himself. Was like, hey gang, send me that clip. Yeah, I'm finna post it. And I really did. And that nigga really posted that shit.
Damn, that's crazy to think about. Like you said, these are artists that you grew up on. You saw them come up, like they were award shows and everything, and you're like, bro, they know me.
Man,
they know me.
Crazy, bro. That's probably the most like exciting one, because it was one of them times where like shit, even my mom, bro, showing my mom that shit, like, yeah, one of them times she realized like, okay, so you're not just bullshitting and running around in the streets, like you really doing something.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Talk to me now about the shift of becoming a manager. What made you say, you know what, let me, because you're probably a busy dude with the videos, you know. I didn't know how long it takes freaking editing, bro. Editing is a B, bro. Like, god damn,
it's rough.
And then now a lot of artists depend on Sperry in the sense that you're gonna guide them in the right path.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that shift of going from a YouTuber, videographer to now a manager.
Man, it was never in the plan, but like,
yeah,
it was God's plan, and God only gonna plan whatever you ready for. So at the time, it just started off, I was supposed to just interview or shoot a music video for FMF Goon, and you know, it was just a short like we ended up kicking it and talking some shit, but you know, bro ended up hitting me up like, yeah, man, I think it was like destiny that I met you, bro. Do you think, you know, you could be my manager type shit? And for some reason, like I for some reason I really like read into the text, like felt like it was very sincere. And so I thought about it for a second, and I really thought about it deep. And then once I was like, fuck it, I ain't got nothing to lose, let's do it. You know, I just started pushing with him, and then, you know, through time it just developed into what it is. But it, like I said, it's all about new challenges, and I think that's what it told me. Is like, yo, I'm coming into a new chapter, and this is how I'm gonna like really like build whatever I'm trying to build, is by like adding this new wing to my dreams. Like, being a manager is like, it's stressful, and it's frustrating, because at times you be feeling like, damn, I care about your shit more than you care about it. But that's what comes with it. Like, that's what I'm supposed to do. Like, 'cause I believe in my niggas so much. I believe in anybody, like anybody that's going hard for something that they believe in. I believe in it. So it's just, I'm really passionate, and I think that's what helps with all the guys that I work with. I think they know that I really care. I'm passionate about music. Like, I'm a tough critic. Like, it's funny because like I never liked tough love growing up from like, say, like my like stepdad and shit. Yeah. But he was like tough love guy, and I'm like a tough love dude when it comes to like this shit. I really be like, I don't be trying to gas niggas up just to keep my niggas like level headed and shit. But yeah, like I'm just passionate, man.
So it started with FMF Goon.
Yeah, FMF Goon, and then I
when was that?
This is like 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago, like what, 2019? Yeah. Top of 2019, we start the year off just rocking out. I was working with this artist named Ducky P out in Dallas too. When we just started.
Ducky. I always be sharing his stuff. Sometimes he sends it.
Oh, for real?
I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh, that's love. Yeah, we just started off just shooting videos. You know what I'm saying? Just dropping videos, and then it turned into like, all right, let's start dropping videos like every week or every 2 weeks.
Oh shit.
And it kind of like picked up buzz. And with Goon, it was the timing of it, bro. This is like as Peso's turning up. This is before Peso becomes the full-blown hardest essay ever. So like, he's making that noise, but it's like, this Mexican rapper shit is like taboo. Like, it's like, oh shit, what the fuck? And so that's like true. Goon was appealing, especially out of Fort Worth. It wasn't really no young Mexican dude at the time. So he started making noise, and then started realizing like how many big artists and people are like recognizing him or giving him recognition. It was a fair amount of people that, you know, reached out about Goon or like let me know like he's dope, or even reached out to him type shit. Shout out to some of them. And you know, I met Bandito through Goon. He was there the first day. I met them the same day. Cause Goon only had 2 videos when I first met him. And one of them was with, one of them was with Bandito. So Bandito had been rapping. Yeah. But I was there for Goon, and that's the type of person I am. Like, nigga, I was just interviewing somebody from Alabama, and Big Yayo is there, who's a big ass artist, but I'm here for bro. So all right, shout out, salute Big Yayo, but I'm not here for you.
I'm focused on who.
So that's kind of how it was with Goon and Bandito that day. Like, we're chopping it up, we building. So like, I get to know Bandito that day too, but I lock in with Goon, and just through time, it's just like everything just built genuinely. And then I think people love seeing the unity in the movement. Like, it really did look like we was deep and had like hella support type shit, because we just moving like these niggas are pushing each other's videos like their own videos. Like, he's posting the fuck out of Goon's videos like it's his, and Goon's doing it vice versa. I'm posting their shit. We go into the studio with shows, all this shit together, and people, when they see that shit in real life, like, it's easy for people to like get behind it.
Yeah, that makes sense, because there's a lot of artists that, you know, whether it be they're under the same management or same label, you know, they don't really be fucking with them like that. So, you know, it shows that you guys are a strong team overall. Yeah,
man. I'm sure, like, niggas get tired of me because, like, shit, I don't be forcing nobody to, like, fuck with each other. But, like, at the same time, I always try to make everybody, it's, like, unstoppable when everybody's together.
You guys will move better as a unit, of course.
Yeah, so I always try to like bring it all together type shit. And when the times that it has happened, it's been a movie every time.
For sure. What do you look for in an artist before working with them and signing them as a manager?
To be honest with you, I really don't be looking for much, because
Because now you have a roster.
Yeah, see, but everybody that's on is all genuine. Like, like with Goon, like I said, it started off supposed to be an interview and a music video.
Yeah.
Bandito just happened to be there. Cool, we build. Temp and Corey, like Corey was at Temp's first video. Temp booked the video with me. He kept booking videos with me. Okay, we just building genuinely. My nigga Kush Packs, same thing, vice versa. We shot videos and it just turns into, all right, hey bro, let's go travel, let's go this. And so what I'm saying is, like, I never, like, one time was just like, hey bro, you know what I'm saying, you should be Sperry Springer. It's
Let
like
me sign you type shit.
Yeah, it was just like, nigga, I'm with you all the time. Like, we shooting videos all the time. Like, we doing it, like, shit. We just start strategizing more plans and incorporating each other into shit more. But I mean, the main shit that I would look for, because if I was open to finding somebody else, it just gotta be, you gotta care, bro. You gotta be passionate. Like, if you don't care, I don't care. That's how I feel about shit. That's why, like, niggas fuck with my shit so much, because it looks like I care. They're like, damn, this nigga's going out his way to do these interviews and do this shit because I care. Like, people can tell who cares. Like, I can see through a motherfucker. Like, this shit, you care about this shit. That's why this shit look like this, and that's why you know your questions, all that shit. Like, and that's why a nigga gotta respect that shit. So, yeah, if you gotta care, and if you care, that means you're gonna go hard for yourself. You're gonna work hard, and then always just be trying to better yourself. Never get complacent. Like, cause with music, it's like, bro, it's so unlimited.
It's quick too.
Yeah, it's like limitless, bro. You can keep making shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Never get stuck.
That's what's up, man. It's cool to hear how it's, like you said, it's genuine. It's not like randomly just picking motherfuckers, this and that. All right, he's hot right now. Let me try to get him real quick.
Nah, if I had the bag, I mean, I'm sure I would. You know what I'm saying? But you niggas gotta have, like, life-changing money to be doing shit like that. Like, right now, niggas is working with limited funds. Like, that's why it's all independent type shit. That's why it's even more impressive that niggas do what they do, and niggas are able to do thousands of streams, thousands of views and shit. Like, if niggas did have the tools and the extra cheat codes that most people in my position would have, man, bro, we'd be up and out of here. But I ain't counting shit out. I would love to get a female rapper. That's what I want. As a female rapper.
What's the main goal with the management? Is it just management or also the label? What's the final main goal?
Man,
you would say?
It sounds fucked up, but I just want to know I was right. Like, about all my niggas type shit. Like, I don't care if a big label or somebody comes by right now, is like, hey bro, we want to sign him. Cool, do it. Cause I knew, like, I'm that type of person. It's not even on no cocky shit. I'm a gambler, so I just like taking my chance on shit and just knowing I win. So really, I want to see all these guys win and change their lives. But I mean, it is to be like a brand and a label type shit. Like, that was never in the plan originally, but now that it's became what it is, it's like, hell yeah, like, niggas can really be an independent label, and it's no difference what I'm doing than what QC or somebody was doing before they found Migos and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They just happened to find Migos, and once they found Migos, it's like, okay, I got my Migos. It's just literally, I got Migos. You know what I'm saying? And we on our way type shit. It's just about trusting the process type shit. But it's niggas gonna be one of the most respected independent labels and movements in DFW. Like, niggas are gonna have to mention niggas with, like, Top Off and Hood Fame and all these things going forward. Say Cheese, all that shit. Like, shout out to all them. But, like, I'm gonna make sure, like,
you're coming for it too.
Yeah, especially from the area that we in, like, out in Tarrant County. Shout out to Kushpack, he's in Dallas. But, like, Tarrant County, like, niggas, like, nobody's moving like the way that I'm doing right now. Like, that's the thing. That's the hold up on Fort Worth and Tarrant County, is like, niggas be like, oh, they don't got the business together. Niggas don't think like an industry. Like, that's what I always tell my niggas. I'm like, I'm training y'all and preparing y'all, like, on some industry shit, like, cause this is what it's gonna be like. So it's deadlines, it's media, all that type of shit.
That's facts, and I like that, and that's why I also, like, you know, have this environment, because I feel like many artists here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, once they get to that point, you know, they're just, like, kind of frozen whenever it's with the media, with the, you know, all this shit. So that's good that you're pretty much setting it up for them, for sure. What are your thoughts on the Dallas-Fort Worth area, like, the music scene overall? What do you like? What do you dislike? Let me know about that.
Man, I mean, I love the originality that has came out of Dallas Fort Worth. There's been a lot of original type of styles and things. I really, not to sound biased, bro, but you know, I really just love like Fort Worth scene. I've always loved Fort Worth scene. Maybe it's because I understand it and know the places and size of town and whoop wop and shit. But I like the originality, the energy. The energy's like, I love the hood camaraderie. Like when you got your whole side of town and your whole friends and group behind you, like that shit comes across on camera. Like a nigga can just like, I can emulate and feel like, damn, I remember what it's like to be a young nigga like that when all your friends are like in your video, like it's their video type shit. So I appreciate that shit. What I don't like about it, I don't really like how internet based it is. Like it's a real consumer market, as in like a lot of shit that's on the internet doesn't really come across in real life. Like niggas that got a lot of followers and shit aren't really necessarily gonna sell out crowds and things like that.
That's facts. That's how you see who really out here moving.
Yeah, like so
shows.
It's a mirage to an extent, and I say that because I done lived in places like Kansas City where it's like niggas that got 3,000-4,000 followers, but them niggas, if they put on a show right now, they're gonna bring out 200-300 people. Like that shows me like something's off or what's up, and it's because I don't know. I really don't know why, but I don't like that because that means nobody's really doing shows out here, and that's what bugs me. I'm like, bro, in other cities, niggas is really doing shows. Out here, it's the niggas that come into town to do a show. We need all the big name locals to be doing shows, so my niggas can be openers and other people can have the opportunities to open up, but it's too much ego, let alone like motherfuckers are too greedy. Everybody want to tax. Like everybody think like, nigga, I need 3 bands for a show. It's like, nigga, you're not that. Like, nigga, take this $500. That's a blessing itself. You know what I'm saying? So I can't knock it because everybody just trying to get theirs, but I think that if niggas just like started doing shows and got a little bit more structure within the scene, especially in Fort Worth, you know what I'm saying, we could really do something special.
I like that because that's the first time somebody gives me that answer about doing shows. But that's so true. You know, it expands everybody because, like you said, they could be openers, and next thing you're like, man, I fuck with this person's music, and it's just a snowball effect overall. So that's a good answer. What do you think is the difference between the Dallas music scene and the Fort Worth music scene?
I mean, to me, Dallas comes off like more mainstream, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just think that they just kind of have more of an idea like how they want to like come up with their finished product and shit, so it just be seeming more like radio ready and just ready like and prepared. Like Fort Worth shit just be more like raw, like just raw, like nigga, I don't give a fuck about the whole world hearing this. I just want the whole east side to hear this shit, or I just want my side of town to hear it. So that shit kind of comes across. And then also a lot of shit within Fort Worth, it really, it's culture, but it's kind of like a lot of like gang shit. So like you kind of can really like feel like niggas really like taking pride in their side of town and shit like that. So I fuck with that shit.
I don't know as much as I should about Fort Worth like that. How is it divided? Is it just southeast or?
Yeah, it's a different side. All 4 sides of town: south side, west side, east side.
Because some cities sometimes it's just like the east or west side, you know, type shit.
Yeah, I mean shit like south side, like that's like Yayo and all of them, and then like east side is like obviously like CJ Casino and the Ape Gang, and, you know, where J-Dub and all that shit was. West side, only people really from the west side, and I feel bad if I forget other niggas, but I know 30 Rich. That's west side. Okay, North side, that's more like, I think the only nigga that's really from the north side that I can think of off the top of my head is probably Vent, YTM, Lil Vent. Like, it's more Mexicans and shit on the north side.
Okay, got you.
But, yeah, east side of town is different, though, for sure. Hell yeah. Like, you go to the north side, it's like practically like being in Mexico. Go to the east side, like this nigga Bandito, he kick it out on the east side. That's where we be at a lot. This nigga like damn near the only Mexican nigga out there because it's hella black people. And then the west side's kind of like, man, if you in the west side, you got, I don't know what you like, you either from there or like you're up to no good out there, because the west side's kind of crazy.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Do you plan to stay here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area once you get, you know, like you said, a bigger?
I battle back and forth with that. Like, idealistically, because I moved around all my life, I'm like, I like the thought of like dipping from here, because this is not where I want to just stay. I want to like grow, but shit, man, I'm probably gonna be here, man. Shit, at least another 13 years till my daughter, graduates.
Oh, okay.
Cause this is where she at, and
You're trying to just I get you.
It'd be too hard to live in another city. Like, I got to kick it with her too much. Like, I can't go that long. But shit, I fuck with Miami. I fuck with Florida. That shit hard. I love Chicago.
Chirac.
Yeah, them probably like the only cities I'll probably move to is like Miami or Chicago if I had my choice.
What would you say is the biggest misconception of Sperry Springer?
Besides, people think that I'm white or something by my voice.
Motherfuckers tell you you're white, bro, or they think
in the comments all the time, still to this day, and I got like plenty of interviews out, but people still think that. I think it'd probably be like, only people I allow like to even think like this is like my family, and that's because my family is really from nothing. But like, to think a nigga was like silver spoon or like just some spoiled shit. Yeah. Cause like I said, man, like my mom, she the first person in my family to really get like touch any money. So like, I'm the first person to kind of grow up like good type shit, and that shit didn't even come till like later in my life. But people just judge a book by its cover, so they hear how I talk and shit like that. So niggas think it's one thing, but it's like I don't really want to elaborate into it too much. But like, I'm really from like a cloth type shit. So you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason why I'm able to communicate and do all these interviews and go all these places and move how I move. It's like, I must not be the average type of person. I must really be a solid person to an extent.
Exactly. Damn, that's so true. Like, I kind of sometimes I get that too. They see studio, they see that I do this, I do that. But man, motherfucker, I come from nothing as well, man. I had a hustle, I have the ambition. Lots of motherfuckers, they see it like he's only there because of his situation, but man, it's hard work, and that.
It's all work. Know that. That's what bugs me, because it's like, say if I did just like prototypically like, if I just claim myself like, I'm just like this hood person from nothing that's gonna make, all right, bet I gotta go hard and turn nothing into something. So for me to even have grown up with a little bit of something, and I'm still over here striving for more and going hard, like that it actually makes me look at people that come from nothing like, why aren't you going hard, bro? Because that should make you want to go hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like, shit, my mom, she got a house and shit like that, but I still want to like get her shit and do some shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, I really don't put no excuses past anybody, bro. At the end of the day, it's either you hungry and you really want this shit or not. And I'm really hungry, bro, because I'll never forget when niggas didn't have nothing.
Yeah, exactly. It gives you a drive for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, 5 years from now, I see myself just successful, the brand stronger than ever, one of the biggest platforms just like in music, not just in Texas no more, and then really see myself like reaping all the benefits and success of like my artists and people that I'm rocking with right now. Like, niggas gonna be at festivals and niggas gonna
sell out shows,
shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And shit, hopefully nigga got a nice crib at least, you know what I'm saying, backyard for my daughter and shit. I don't know about like marriage and all that shit, but definitely just want to be well off and have bread and just traveling.
Gotcha.
I'm already traveling, but I just want to take it to a new level.
Exactly. That's what's up, man. And putting in hard work, you're gonna get there for sure.
Yeah.
And then I also wanted to ask, what is the legacy that you want to leave behind whenever it's all said and done?
Man, see,
I want people to know Sperry as.
I just want people to always remember like how selfless I am. Like, I think I'm one of the more like caring people. I put a lot of people and a lot of things before myself, and sometimes it's not the best thing to do, but that's just my character. So like, when it's all said and done, I just want people to know like I really cared, let alone like I didn't have to do none of the shit that I ever did or the way that I thought or wherever I moved. I was just moving just genuine, like just out the kindness of my heart type shit. So I don't want people to ever think anything of me less than like he was selfless, he was caring, and shit, just he cared.
He's a real one for sure.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Where could the people find you? How could they contact you? Anything that you want to let them know?
YouTube. Subscribe to youtube.com/Sperry Springer TV.
Yep.
Follow me on Instagram. It's Sperry Springer. What else is it? Oh yeah, I'll be on Twitter every now and then. Twitter.com/Sperry Springer. And I think I got a Facebook. I don't really be on it. I just share videos.
Yeah.
But man, just subscribe to the YouTube. That's the main shit. And then check out the Bandito's new project, Serve Man 2. That's what's going up right now. Tim got something called Yayo on the way. FMF Goon's working on Goon World. My boy Kushpack got Packer Die Out. My boy Corey got The Puzzle Man. We just dropping classic albums, and we're going to just keep dropping videos and doing shows, man. We're going to be in Florida in like a month, Orlando and Tampa. Shout out to Aeronautics for giving us the opportunity to open up on the Xavier Wolf Show.
Dope.
Most importantly, shout out to Welcome to the Rodeo.
Appreciate that. All right, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, get notified whenever we drop new content, and we out. Peace. Sperry!